Hi, my name's Leah Parrino, and this week's learning module is about human resources management. There are 3 learning outcomes for this learning module. The first is to explain the 6 steps in the human resource planning process. The second is to explain 5 major components of job satisfaction. And the third is to describe the differences between internal and external recruiting methods. Human resource planning is a 6-step process of finding the right candidate for the job. The first step is to analyze organizational objectives to get a better understanding of the work that must be done in the organization. The second is to take a current inventory of human resources to understand the current number of employees, their capacity, their performance, and future potential. Third is to forecast supply and demand of human resources to estimate what types of people are needed at each level. Fourth is to estimate gaps to determine if there is a surplus or deficit of human resources. Fifth is to formulate an action plan and can include items such as new recruitment, training new or existing employees, or transferring certain employees to different positions or departments. Lastly, monitoring, controlling, and collecting feedback are important to keep track of progress and make changes as needed. Job satisfaction is dependent on many different factors, and not all of them are within the company's control. So it's important for the company to determine what factors they can control and work towards creating a satisfying work environment for as many employees as possible. Not every factor is as important to some employees as others, so it can be extremely difficult to find a good balance that works equally for everyone, but companies should try to do what's best for the majority of employees. There are a wide variety of factors that contribute to job satisfaction, but the following 5 are some of the most notable that people consider when thinking about job satisfaction. The first factor is engagement, meaning that those who are present, focused, and productive are often more satisfied than those who are not. These people typically find meaning in their jobs and enjoy the work that they're doing. The second factor is that people want to feel respected and appreciated for what they do. Even a simple thank you from a manager can go a long way in making employees feel appreciated. Those who feel undervalued or disrespected likely aren't satisfied and will leave to go to another company that provides this feeling. The third is fair compensation and benefits, because employees want to feel like they're being rewarded fairly for their work. Fourth is that employees who are motivated are more satisfied because they feel inspired by their work. And lastly, a factor that is completely uncontrollable by the company is life satisfaction, which basically just means if someone is generally unhappy with their overall life, then they're probably not going to be happy at any type of job that they have. And there are 2 types of recruiting, including internal and external recruiting. Internal recruiting is when employees are promoted from within the organization. This can be in the form of creating a temporary team to fill a certain gap that ends up becoming a permanent team, or it could just be hiring someone from a lower level position to a management position or a higher level position. Advertising for these candidates is mostly done through email to current employees and just posting the job around the office. External recruiting is when the company searches for employees outside of the current company, and this is usually done through There are pros and cons to each of these. It's important to determine what situation is better for the company to decide which method they'd like to use. Internal recruiting is good because the candidate already understands the company's business model, their culture, and daily processes, so they don't require as much training as someone who's from outside the company. However, there are a much more limited number of current employees compared to the huge amount of people that are outside the company that could be a good fit as well. And also, you might not always have the perfect fit for the position already working in the company. External recruiting is beneficial because it allows for the opportunity to bring in new people with new ideas who might know new methodologies and techniques that could benefit the company that they might not have known about before. However, it is more costly to recruit them and can take longer because it takes a lot more time and effort to find them and then go through the interview process, and then it also takes longer to train and develop them since they're totally new to the company. The following 3 are supplemental materials. The first is a video that helps visualize the importance of human resource planning. The second article goes into detail about specific data from 2016 regarding job satisfaction and gives some more information on what's the most notable areas of job satisfaction were most recently. And the third is an article that further explains the differences between internal and external recruiting. With that being said, the discussion questions for this week are: what are the 6 steps in the human resource planning process? What are 5 major components of job satisfaction? And what is the difference between internal and external methods of recruiting? And these were resources used throughout the presentation.